Përshëndetje miqtë mi, and welcome in this new video of the Albanian language. In this video, I want to teach you 30 opposite verbs in the Albanian language. So that means we are going to learn 60 verbs. So let's start. Now, here we have the two opposite verbs. Hap, hap, open, mbyll, mbyll, close. Let's see some examples. With the verb hap, open. Hape derën. Hape derën. Open the door. With the verb mbyll, close. Mbylle derën. Mbylle derën. Close the door. This is when we are giving a kind of order. So open the door, hape derën. Close the door, mbylle derën. Let's see the other verbs. Alright, so here we have the two verbs ndez, ndez, to turn on or to light. And the opposite verb is shuaj, shuaj, to turn off or to put out. Let's see an example with ndez. Ndez dritën, ndez dritën, to turn on the light. Ndez zjarin, ndez zjarin, to light the fire. Now let's see examples with the verb shuaj. Shuaj dritën, shuaj dritën, turn off the light. Or shuaj zjarin, shuaj zjarin, put out the fire. Let's see other verbs. Here we have two other verbs. Dashuroj, dashuroj, to love. And the opposite verb, urej, urej, to hate. So let's see some examples with dashuroj. Unë dashuroj një djalë. Unë dashuroj një djalë. I love a boy. The opposite, unë urrej një vajzë. Unë urrej një vajzë. I hate a girl. Let's see some other verbs. Here we have two other verbs. The verb hyj, hyj, to enter. And the opposite, dal, dal, to get out. For example, hyj në dhomë. Unë hyj në dhomë. I enter the room. Dal nga dhoma. Dal nga dhoma. I get out from the room. Let's see other two verbs. Now, here we have two other verbs. In English, we say to succeed. In Albanian language, we don't have like only one verb. We have an expression to say that. And that is ja dal me sukses. Ja dal me sukses, to succeed. And the opposite is dështoj, dështoj, to fail. Let's see an example. Ja dola me sukses në provim. Ja dola me sukses në provim. I succeeded in the exam. And the opposite, unë dështova në provim. Dështova në provim. I failed the exam. Let's see other two verbs. Well, these two verbs are very common for the girls especially. The first one is shëndoshem, shëndoshem, I gain weight. Shëndoshem. And the opposite is dobsohem, dobsohem, I lose weight. So let's see an example. Un jam shëndoshur pak. Un jam shëndoshur pak. I have gained some weight. And the opposite, un jam dobësuar. Un jam dobësuar. I have lost weight. Let's see some more verbs. Here we have other two opposite verbs. The first one is filloj. Filloj, to start. And the opposite, përfundoj or mbaroj. Përfundoj, mbaroj, to finish, to end. Let's see an example. Mësimi filloi. Mësimi filloi. The lesson started. And the opposite, mësimi mbaroi. Mësimi mbaroi. Or we can use the other verb, mësimi përfundoi. Mësimi përfundoi, which is the lesson ended. Let's see other two verbs. Here we have other two verbs. The first one is zjas. Zjas, to extend, to prolong. And the second one, the opposite, is shkurtoj. Shkurtoj, to shorten. Let's see an example. Unë I zjata pushimet. Unë I zjata pushimet. I extended my vacation. And the opposite, dita e punës u shkurtua. Dita e punës u shkurtua. The working day was shortened. Let's see some other verbs. Here we have two more verbs. The first one is shkoj. Shkoj, to go. And the second one is vi. Vi, to come. For example, unë shkoj në punë çdo ditë. Unë shkoj në punë çdo ditë. I go to work every day. And the opposite, po vi. This is an example when you are calling someone and he's asking, so when are you coming? And you say, po vi, like I'm coming. Po vi, I'm coming. All right, let's see two more verbs. Here we have two more verbs. Mbush. Mbush, to fill. And the opposite, zbras. Zbras, to empty. For example, e mbusha kovën me ujë. E mbusha kovën me ujë. I filled the bucket with water. And the opposite, e zbraza lavatricen. E zbraza lavatricen. I emptied the washing machine. Now here we have also a new word, lavatricia, the washing machine. Let's go to learn two more words, two more verbs. So here we have two more verbs. Ngroh. Ngroh, to heat. Ftoh. Ftoh, to refrigerate. For example, e ngroha ushqimin në mikrovalë. E ngroha ushqimin në mikrovalë. I heated the food in the microwave. And the opposite, mbuloje dhe ftohe në frigorifer 24 orë. Mbuloje dhe ftohe në frigorifer 24 orë. Cover it and refrigerate it 24 hours. Right, let's see two more verbs. The first verb is zgjohem. Zgjohem, to wake up. And the other one is the opposite, bie në gjumë. Bie në gjumë, fall asleep. For example, unë zgjohem në orën 8 të mëngjesit. Unë zgjohem në orën 8 të mëngjesit. I wake up at 8 a.m. And the opposite, unë bie në gjumë në orën 10 të darkës. Unë bie në gjumë në orën 10 të darkës. I fall asleep at 10 p.m. So let's start with other two verbs. Here we have other two verbs. The first one is qesh. Qesh, to laugh. And the opposite is qaj. Qaj, to cry. For example, qesha me veten. Qesha me veten. I laugh to myself. And the opposite, qaj për ty. Unë po qaj për ty. I cry for you. I am crying for you. Here we have two more verbs. The first one is lëviz. Lëviz, to move. And the second one is ndaloj. Ndaloj, to stop. For example, mos lëviz. Mos lëviz, don't move. And the opposite, mos ndalo. Mos ndalo, don't stop. These are, I think, very useful verbs. Let's see other two verbs. Here we have other two opposite verbs. The first one is përshpëris. Përshpëris, to whisper. And the opposite one is bërtas. Bërtas, to shout. So for example, ai më përshpëriti diçka në vesh. Ai më përshpëriti diçka në vesh. He whispered something to my ear. And the opposite is mos bërtit shumë. Mos bërtit shumë. Don't shout too much. Let's see some more verbs. These two verbs also, they are very common and very useful. Humb. Humb, to lose. And the opposite is fitoj. Fitoj, to win. For example, e humba garën. E humba garën. I lost the competition. And the opposite, e fitova garën. E fitova garën. I won the competition. Let's see some more verbs. Alright, here we have two opposite verbs. Pastroj. Pastroj, to clean. And the opposite is bëj pis. Bëj pis, to make dirty. For example, unë e pastroj shtëpinë çdo ditë. Unë e pastroj shtëpinë çdo ditë. I clean the house every day. And the opposite, unë e bëra pis fustanin me çokollatë. Unë e bëra pis fustanin me çokollatë. I made my dress dirty with chocolate. Let's see two more verbs. Here we have two more verbs. The first one is rregulloj. Rregulloj, to readjust, to arrange. And the opposite one is shkatërroj. Shkatërroj, to destroy. For example, kupto çfarë shkoi keq dhe rregulloje. Kupto çfarë shkoi keq dhe rregulloje. Figure out what went wrong and readjust it. And the opposite one is shtëpia ishte shkatruar nga tërmeti. Shtëpia ishte shkatruar nga tërmeti. The house was destroyed from the earthquake. Let's see two more verbs. Alright, so here we have two more verbs. Stoi, stoi, to add. Hedge, hedge, to remove. For example, što pak qumësht? Što pak qumësht? Add a little milk. And with the other verb, we must remove the queen. That is in English. In Albanian is ne duhet të heqim mbretëreshën. Ne duhet të heqim mbretëreshën. We must remove the queen. Let's see some more verbs. Alright, here we have two more verbs. Gëzohem, gëzohem, or kënaqem, kënaqem. In English is I enjoy myself. And the opposite is mërzitem, mërzitem, I get bored. For example, unë gëzohem kur notoj, or unë kënaqem kur notoj. I enjoy swimming. And with the other opposite verb, we may say u mërzita pas 15 minutave. U mërzita pas 15 minutave. I got bored after 15 minutes. Let's continue with other two verbs. Alright, here we have two more verbs. The first one is live, live, to tie. And the opposite is zgjidh, zgjidh, to untie. For example, duart e mia janë të lidhura. This is an expression. Duart e mia janë të lidhura. And there's the same meaning also in English. My hands are tied. Duart e mia janë të lidhura. That means I cannot do anything about it. My hands are tied. And with the opposite verb, nuk mund ta zgjidh nyjen. Nuk mund ta zgjidh nyjen. I can't untie the knot. Let's see two more verbs. So here we have two more verbs. The first one is shes. Shes, to sell. And the other one is blej. Blej, to buy. So let's see an example. Dua të shes disa rroba. Dua të shes disa rroba. I want to sell some clothes. And with the other verb, dua të blej një fustan të ri. Dua të blej një fustan të ri. I want to buy a new dress. Let's see some more examples, some more verbs. Alright, so here we have two more verbs. The first one is lag. Lag, wet. And the other one is the opposite, thigh. Thigh, dry. For example, fatmirësisht asnjë nuk u lag nga shiu. Fatmirësisht asnjë nuk u lag nga shiu. Luckily, nobody got wet from the rain. And the opposite one is e kisha gojën të thatë. Kisha nevojë për ujë. E kisha gojën të thatë. Kisha nevojë për ujë. My mouth was dry. I needed some water. Let's see some more examples. Alright, let's see here two more examples. The verb zbres. Zbres, to go down. And the opposite is ngjitem. Ngjitem, to go up. For example, ai zbriti nga shkallët. Ai zbriti nga shkallët. He went down the stairs. And the opposite one is më tha të ngjitem. Më tha të ngjitem. He told me to go up. Let's see two more verbs. Here we have two more verbs. The first one is Largohem. Largohem. To leave. Afrohem. Afrohem. To approach. So let's see an example. U largova nga shteti. U largova nga shteti. I left the country. And with the opposite verb, we have ju afrova asaj. Ju afrova asaj. I approached her. Let's see two more examples. Here we have two more very useful verbs. The first one is kursej. Kursej. To save money. That is, this verb is only used for the money. Kursej. To save money. And the opposite one also is used for the money. Shpenzoj. Shpenzoj. To spend. For example, kam kursyer shumë para. Kam kursyer shumë para. I have saved a lot of money. And with the opposite verb, unë shpenzoj shumë në rroba. Unë shpenzoj shumë në rroba. I spent a lot in clothes. Alright, let's see two more verbs. We are almost at the end, so let's see two more verbs. The first one is ngrihem. Ngrihem. To stand up. And the second one is ulem. Ulem. To sit down. For example, unë ngrihem në këmbë kur dua të them diçka. Unë ngrihem në këmbë kur dua të them diçka. I stand up when I want to say something. And with the other verb, we have this example. U ula për të relaksuar. U ula për të relaksuar. I sat down to relax. Let's see two more examples. This is also a very common verb or very common verbs that are used in the education system. So, for example, we have the verb jap mësim. Jap mësim. To teach. And the opposite is mësoj. Mësoj. To learn. For example, unë jap mësim në universitet. Unë jap mësim në universitet. I teach at a university. And with the opposite verb is unë mësoj çdo ditë diçka të re. Unë mësoj çdo ditë diçka të re. I learn every day something new. Let's see other verbs. Alright, so here we have other two opposite verbs. Jap. Jap, to give, and marr. Marr, to take. For example, I dhash fjalën. I dhash fjalën. I gave him my word. And with the other verb, I mora rrobat. I mora rrobat. I picked up the clothes. So this verb marr, in Albanian, we can use it to take or to pick up. Let's see the last two opposite verbs. And then we are going to have a kind of revision. So let's see here the last two verbs. We have the verb tërheq. Tërheq, to pull. And shty. Shty, to push. For example, ai më tërhoqi këmishën. Ai më tërhoqi këmishën. He pulled my shirt. And with the other verb, shtype butonin. Shtype butonin. Push the button. Alright, so these were the 30 opposite verbs in Albanian language. Well, actually, we learned more than that. We learned 60 verbs, very, very useful verbs to use in the Albanian language. So let me know what are your thoughts in the comments, and if you have any doubts, contact me. Let's do a revision first. Let's see the verbs that we learned from the beginning. So we had hap, hap, open, mbyll, mbyll, close, ndez, ndez, turn on or light, shuaj, shuaj, turn off or put out, dashuraj, dashuraj, to love, urej, urej, to hate, hyj, hyj, to enter, dal, dal, to get out, jadal me success, jadal me success, to succeed, dështoj, dështoj, to fail, shëndoshem, shëndoshem, to gain weight, dobësohem, dobësohem, to lose weight, filloj, filloj, to start, përfundoj, mbaroj, to finish, to end, zgjas, zgjas, to extend, to prolong, shkurtoj, shkurtoj, to shorten, shkoj, shkoj, to go, vi, vi, to come, mbush, mbush, to fill, zbraz, zbraz, to empty, ngroh, ngroh, to heat, ftoh, ftoh, to refrigerate, zgjohem, zgjohem, to wake up, bie në gjumë, bie në gjumë, fall asleep, qesh, qesh, laugh, qaj, qaj, cry, lëviz, lëviz, move, ndaloj, ndaloj, stop, përshpëris, përshpëris, whisper, bërtas, bërtas, shout, humb, humb, lose, fitoj, fitoj, win, pastroj, pastroj, clean, bëj pis, make dirty, rregulloj, rregulloj, readjust, shkatroj, shkatroj, destroy, shtoj, shtoj, add, heq, heq, remove, gëzohem, kënaqem, enjoy myself, mërzitem, mërzitem, get bored, lidh, lidh, taj, zgjidh, zgjidh, antaj, shes, shes, sell, blej, blej, buy, lag, lag, wet, thigh, thigh, dry, zbres, zbres, go down, ngjitem, ngjitem, go up, largohem, largohem, leave, afrohem, afrohem, approach, kursej, kursej, save money, shpenzoj, shpenzoj, spend, ngrihem, ngrihem, stand up, ulem, ulem, sit down, jap mësim, teach, mësoj, mësoj, learn, jap, jap, give, marr, marr, pick up, tërheq, tërheq, pull, shty, shty, push. So this was the lesson for today. It is a little bit long, but it is very useful for you to learn more Albanian language. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel Viola DJ. Please like my Facebook page, Let's Learn Albanian. You can join my Facebook group that is very active, Learn Albanian with Viola. You can follow me on Instagram, Learn Albanian with Viola. You can follow me on Twitter, Alp with Viola. Or if you have any doubts or if you want to write me even for private lessons, you can send me an email to julbegay@gmail.com. Thank you very much for watching my videos, for subscribing on my channel, and for following me. This is the video number 300, so I'm really so excited for it. And I'm willing to do, of course, more and more for you to help you learn the Albanian language. So thank you very much for following. Mirupafshim!